Alright, Brush Monkeys, we are back, and as you recall, last week we talked about repainting old miniatures versus preserving your history of painting skills, and we talked about this Knight on Horseback from the Armory National Painting Contest that I am not terribly impressed with nowadays because there's a number of problems with that paint job, but it won an award back in the day, so the best advice I got was to find a similar miniature and paint it to your current skill level. So that's what I'm doing this week. I've got this Nolzur's Marvelous Miniatures, or maybe it's Pathfinder Deep Cuts, Knight on Horseback. And you can see he looks pretty spiff, but I'm going to paint him up to my current skill level, and I'm going to do the same kind of paint job where he's got the white with the red, or excuse me, white with the blue chevron on them, but I'm going to do it to my current skill level, which means adding a little bit extra to it. So I'm going to, I don't want to give too much away, but I'm going to be doing a pattern on the comparison, and I'm going to be doing it on the white and the blue, so that it'll hopefully keep the whole pattern all the way through the fabric, but still have that blue chevron through the middle of it. And I think it's going to look really spiff. I'm hoping it's going to look really spiff. I gotta admit, this figure is a little intimidating to me because of the amount of freehand I'm going to be doing on this is way above and beyond what I normally do. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this and at least start painting like the horse and the armor and things like that aren't going to require a whole lot of freehand. The armor is just going to be steel with a Null Oil wash. Necron Compound Dry Brush. Struggling with the name there. The horse is going to be One Fang Brown. All the little straps and saddle and whatnot are all going to be Skeleton Horde. I've got a whole red for the horse's. Well, got it off of the horse's mane, but you can't really see it, but his tail. Nightmare Black for his eyes. Mechanica Standard Gray. And Dawnstone for the stone they're on. Dark Angel's Green Contrast. Niblet Green for this, for the texture. And the base band will be dark green. So all that is fairly standard stuff. And then I've got, for the comparison and the tabard that he's wearing, I've got heavy blue gray, which will be layered with Ulthorn gray, and then the pattern will be done in matte white. The chevron will be based in High Elf blue, Old Citadel color, and then the pattern will be painted on with the Athenrod blue from Scale 75. So that should all be interesting. I'm going to go ahead and pause here and get started on those base coats. And then we'll come back when the base coats and shade washes are done. Well, we'll come back when the base coats are done. Alright, see you soon. Bye. Alright, Brush Monkeys, we're back, and we've based the comparison, the tabard, his shield. You can see we've done all the leathers with the Wraithbone, based the horse, based his tail, even painted his hooves and his eyes, and all of his armor. We've got the base coats down on everything. This is without any of the shade washes or the contrast paints or any of that. I'm going to shade wash the horse with Agrax Earthshade, and then probably layer him with the same color again, just to bring out all those little muscles and things you see in his legs, and a little bit of the detail around his face. The armor I'm going to shade wash with Null Oil, and then give it a Necron Compound Dry Brush. And all the leather is going to be Snakebite Leather Contrast, and I'm going to do the green, Dark Angel's Green Contrast on the base. I'll probably do a little bit of Null Oil on the rock on his base too, just to darken that up a little bit, and then dry brush it with the Dawnstone. And all of this, the heavy blue-gray is basically going to be the shade wash for the white. The Ulthorn gray is what is going to layer over all that and hopefully just leave the little blue-gray in the folds down in there. And then we'll start doing the pattern on it. But I wanted to get all the base coats down first, and then I'm going to take a break here and let those finish drying. And maybe touch up a couple little spots here and there. And then we'll come back and do the shade washes and take a look at it. And then we'll come back and layer them up. It's we're going to get to the patterning, but it's going to be a little while. This miniature is why I do my videos so far in advance, because I guarantee you the pattern I have planned for this guy is going to take so god-awful long. It is just going to be it's going to be amazing when it's done, but it's going to take a long time to get there. So yeah, stick around for that. See you soon. Bye. Alright, brush monkeys, I am back, and as you can see, we've made some progress on our guy here. I did the shade washing on the armor and the horse's tail, and the rock on this base. And I also did the contrast paints for the leather bits and the basing there. So the basing is still a little bit wet, so I'm going to let that dry, and then we'll come back and layer everything up. We'll highlight the horse and his tail. We'll highlight the armor with the Necron compound. We'll highlight the barding with the Ulthuan gray. And then I think then once we highlight all that gray with the Ulthuan gray, I think we'll be pretty close to being ready to start the freehands. So that should be coming along pretty quick. All right. So we'll see you soon. Bye. Alright, brush monkeys, I've got the base dry brushed. There was a little spot I just realized I missed. Excuse me. Here we go. So I've got the base dry brushed, I've got the rock dry brushed, I've got the horse's barding layered up, I've got the chevron roughed in, I got the golds painted on his sword hilt. The armor's dry brushed, the chevrons are layered up on his tabard and shield because they're not going to be getting the freehand work. And I even did, if you could see that, I've got the T part of his face mask painted up to kind of mimic that I did the same thing on the original. See there? There's the original. Did the same thing on our guy here. And I got the horse layered up, all the leathers are done, everything's pretty much done except for the freehand I was going to be doing on the barding. And so far our guy looks really good. I'm really happy with how he's coming out. So I'm going to go ahead and take a break here, and then when we come back we'll start the freehand on the barding, and that is going to be some time-intensive stuff. That is really going to be the trick to pulling this off. So far, he looks really good. I'm really happy with how he looks. I could stop here and still think he looks better than like 90% of the original guy. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with him. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here, and when we come back we'll start in on the freehands. Alright, so see you soon. Bye. Alright, brush monkeys, it's taken a long time, but I am insanely happy with this. I hope the camera can pick this up, because this is just a really subtle effect, but it looks really fantastic. You can see it best on the blue. See that kind of brocade pattern on there, and then that was carried over into the white. And because the white is like white and gray and everything else, Ulthuan gray, it's a little harder to see on the white, but it does make a difference. It's hard to see on camera, but it really does make a huge difference in person. All over the horse's barding, it just looks fantastic. And I'm really happy with how this effect came out. This was basically just a combination of, I took the Army Painter flat white paint, mixed it with a little bit of white ink and a little bit of flow improver, and then I used a very fine point brush, a 20-aught Zen from Royal Langnickel, and painted that on there. And yeah, so he looks really, I'm really happy with how he came out. I only have the base band to do and then matte seal him, and so the next time you see this guy, he's going to be completely done. Alright, so I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye. And there you go, Brush Monkeys, our finished Knight on Horseback repaint. Looks like he's not a repaint, he's a remix of the original, I guess. I think he looks pretty good. I'm really happy with how he came out. This was not as daunting a task as I had made it out to be in my head. And I really like how he came out. So I'm calling him done. And yeah. And here he is next to the 1988 original from the Armory National Painting Contest. You can see the similarities in the paint job, but at the same time you can definitely see where my skills have improved with the new one. So while I honor and appreciate the old one for being a step in the progress of my miniature painting, the new one definitely reflects my skill level quite a bit better than that old guy did. So there you go. If you want to repaint an old figure, just find another one that's similar to it and paint that one to your current skill level. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, and I didn't have to strip away a quote-unquote award-winning paint job. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Bye. Hey Brush Monkeys, Tom from Flying Monkey Studios here. If you like what you see, click like down below. If you want to be notified when new videos come out, go ahead and click subscribe. It's like over here somewhere, right there. Those will both help with my YouTube numbers and bring me that much closer to monetizing this channel and being able to do what I love to do full time. If you want to get your hands on some of the miniatures I painted here, visit our Instagram and Tumblr pages. I post pictures of both of those on a regular basis. I post videos on TikTok on a regular basis, mostly to direct traffic here to the YouTube channel, but you know, there's some other stuff there that's kind of cool. So go check that out. And if you want to show some love for your favorite monkey-based miniature painter, go check out our merch store at storefrontier.com/flyingmonkeystudios to get our t-shirts, sweatshirts, long sleeve t-shirts, can cozies, aprons, face masks. We've got all kinds of stuff there in a bunch of different colors, including tie-dye. We've got some tie-dye shirts on there if you want to check that out. So go check that out. Go check us out on our other social medias and follow us on Twitter for updates on the channel as well. And thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye.